guess what came in the mail that I am not ready to use yet? My next sketchbook. I even got an ELO square sketchbook. Best size too, the 8x8. And I'm still not done with this sketchbook. And the sketchbook has taken me an awful long time. I started this in December and it is now August. So it's been a while. This might be posted in September, but you get it. I need to finish this. And I have these pages, okay, that are very not finished pages. Like this, okay? And I'm not gonna end this sketchbook like this, and I made a deal with myself that I wasn't going to glue pages together or tape too much into this sketchbook, so we need to fix these pages. So, I've done a few of these videos, and I've done 2 pages, you know, at most, and I have 4 left, so today I wanna just do it. Like, I just want to do it. Might take me a few days in real life, but I want to do it all in one video. But because of editing and how long that would take, I'm just going to do it sped up. So, enjoy the voiceover. So yeah, hi guys. I have talked about how I don't have a mic, and it was a whole situation. If you've been around a long time, you'd know. But yeah, so I'm sorry that the audio is not very good. I don't know if this is going to sound like complete but I'm hoping that it doesn't. So I watched Wreck-It Ralph, and Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet with my boyfriend a few months ago, and I had been really wanting to watch What am I saying? I really wanted to draw Vanellope Von Sweets because she is an icon. But seriously, she is like huge in my childhood, and I have some trauma connected to this movie, and it helped me get through the trauma. I was like 6 years old. But yeah, I remember this movie really, really well, and it's always just been one of my favorites. I always wanted to put candy in my hair, like Vanellope, because I thought she was so cool, and wear leggings under my skirts and stuff like that. Which, yeah, fashion, you know, whatever. But one of the main reasons I really liked the movie growing up is Wreck-It Ralph really reminded me of my dad, and so it's always just been kind of a sentimental movie for me. So I really wanted to draw her because she's adorable. So because this is over a page that was bled through, I had to use acrylic markers, and I am not skilled at acrylic markers, especially when it comes to people. It's hard for me to figure out how to shade skin, so that's hard for me, but I really tried. I love how the hair turned out and everything about her. Her skin is pretty cool. It doesn't look like it's from the animation. Like, you know, you can definitely tell that it was drawn and painted or whatever, but I think that I think her hair and her skin turns out really, really cute. I think a lot of her turns out really, really cute. I've been trying to use color theory a little more, which is why you saw the base layer of the hair being blue. It just makes things a lot more interesting, and yeah, I think it works a little better when it comes to like colored pencils or crayons or alcohol markers rather than acrylic, because with acrylic you're like literally just going over it, so it's not like you can see the blue through the black and purple. But I do think that it does, and I love using that gray acrylic marker I was just using because it's kind of like see-through. It's not very opaque, and it's really nice to shade just little sections, you know. Like I said, I'm trying to do color theory, so with color theory you would usually shade with the opposite color, or for skin, blue or purple is a really nice color to shade with. But yeah, the gray it kind of helps shove things into a shadow. So I haven't done like a voiceover like this in a while, and I don't know why, but I decided it'd be cool to, you know, go up close and personal. I felt like you couldn't really see, you were so far away. But I also have this thing that I didn't realize I do, where my hand is in the way of whatever I'm drawing, which does, you know, cause issues when you're like me and you want to film videos of you drawing. But I think it's okay, hopefully. Get a close-up of my jank a nail. I am learning to do my own nails, and especially my right hand that I do with my left hand, they they don't turn out the best. And those nails especially, because I did chrome, which doesn't matter. You know, eventually I want to do like actual videos about nails, but I'm not experienced to do so right now. This is kind of really weird, but when I was looking at references of her, I realized I really liked the eyelids and eyes of the style. I don't know, the eyelids, I felt like I really had to capture the way that they looked, and I think I did with the shading and stuff, which is really nice. I also like her nose. I couldn't figure out the right color for it though. It took me a while, but I got there eventually. Okay, I did. Yeah. I will say that these voiceover videos are much funner for me to film because while I'm drawing, I don't have to focus on, you know, telling you what I'm doing. I can just focus on the art and listen to music, which Dominic Fike, Lofi, I don't know how to say her name, and Somber released an album all on the same day, and I was literally so freaking stoked. I was so excited, and so I'm pretty sure that's all I was listening to, mainly Dominic Fike, if I'm being honest, because that, oh, yes. I also loved his, like, I think he dropped 2 EPs or singles, Doggy and Weezer. I could be so wrong. I'll put them on the screen, but I loved those, and so when I saw that he was releasing a new album too, I was like, oh heck yeah. My favorite right now from the new album is Aftermath. If you haven't heard it, go watch it. It is so, go watch it, go listen to it. It is so good. The whole album I love, okay? It's Dominic Fike. I freaking love. He is way too underrated, okay? Also, can we like talk about Somber, because like he's good, but tell me why his album came out in August, right? And he's coming to Utah in like end of September. Was it September or was it October? I can't remember. And he was sold out. Okay, sold out, and his tickets were only $50 and he was sold out. I was like, no, because like I really wanted to go. I don't love him enough to spend a ton of money, but $50, I was willing to do that, right? He's sold out. I'm like, bro needs a bigger venue, because how is he already sold out? And I was so depressed, honestly. And then you have Dominic Fike, that's like the only places in America he's coming is like Florida and Vegas, and then everywhere else is like in the Middle East and Europe. Come on over, please. Let me know if you've ever been to a concert, and if you have, what was your favorite concert you've ever been to? Because I've only seen, I think, 4 people live, and 5, I don't know. But I gotta say that my favorite was either AJR or Beach Bunny. Beach Bunny, I literally die for their music, and so I say them, for sure. But for the fact that AJR isn't one of my favorite bands, but I still had so much fun at their concerts, says a lot, because Beach Bunny, you know, I'm just obsessed with them. Okay, low-key, I'm talking way too much about things that are not even related to this video. So, I wanted to draw Strawberry Shortcake on the other page because I loved Strawberry Shortcake when I was younger. The version that I draw of her is not the version I grew up with. I'll put a picture on screen of the one I grew up with. Yeah, but I always liked this Strawberry Shortcake cake game. I would always play it. It was so much fun for me, and I just thought that she was so cute, and I loved her. Like, yeah. Like, yes. I do remember, though, that my grandma had, like, this old Strawberry Shortcake toy that was this version of Strawberry Shortcake, and I loved her. I don't think, when I was young, I put it together that they were the same person, but, yeah, I really like her, and she's really cute. More so, though, I thought she'd look really cute next to Vanellope, because they're both, like, they got this candy theme going on, and I don't know, I thought the colors on Vanellope are pretty dark and stuff, and then we'll have Strawberry Shortcake, and her colors are all, like, warm colors, right? Vanellope's are all cool. I thought it'd be a fun contrast. Also, just kind of was scrolling on Pinterest and saw Strawberry Shortcake. I was like, that's adorable. So, yeah. All of Strawberry Shortcake's colors took so many layers, especially that white, and these are the Ohuhu acrylic markers, and I love them to death. I love them so much, but I will say they tear pages, okay? My Art X ones, they do not tear paper. I also have these other one, Color Pop or something like that. They do not tear paper. These ones do, and I think what it is Color Pop, that's probably not what it's called, but and Art X, they're like more watery, I feel, where these acrylic Ohuhu ones are like acrylic, like they are thick, nice acrylic, and I love that, of course, but this paper is not paper that's meant for acrylic. It's just sketchbook paper. I think it's multimedia, but it's not meant to deal with acrylic, okay? So it's gonna tear up the paper, but I did get really frustrated, especially on the pink part, because it wouldn't dry, and if I didn't wait till it was completely dry, it would completely tear the paper, and it was just pissing me off. I also couldn't find the right color for these freaking shoes, okay? I love acrylic markers, like to death, but I need to buy like a skin pack or something, because the browns I have, the limit is so bad. And also, like, I had to do this skin tone for both of them because the only other ones I have are just too dark for Vanilla Pea and Strawberry Shortcake, or they're like completely yellow, like that's yellow, you know what I mean, like green yellow, and that's fine, but I don't know, I just do not have that much variety. And with Ohuhu, it's really easy to take a few markers and make your own color, but with acrylic markers that's much harder because they just go right on top of each other, especially the Ohuhu ones. And yeah, so I was finding it kind of difficult. I wanted Strawberry Shortcake to be a lot paler because I remember her being really pale when I was little, but we just got stuck with this, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal, but you know, yeah. These little strawberries were scratching the paint off the paper, okay? It was really frustrating to me, but I wanted to get this done. I was like, I'm just gonna do it because I don't want to have to wait for this to dry. But yeah, these little white dots, okay? The white accessories on Strawberry Shortcake were so fun to do. This is like such an opaque marker. I used to be obsessed with white gel pens, and I still like Jelly Rolls, kind of. They're really inconsistent on how good they are. Honestly, though, if you're like a frequent white gel pen user, acrylic markers, oh my gosh, you could get like, I haven't tried Posca's, but I assume that the really thin white one would be amazing for highlights, just as this Ohuhu white one is. They're so tea, okay? I promise. They are super opaque. Jelly Rolls, they like pick up the ink when you're using alcohol markers, and I don't like that. The white acrylic markers do not do that, okay? Yeah, so here I am adding that gray. I really wanted to shade this a lot so you can actually tell the difference between things. I think that ribbon on her finger was supposed to be tied to her balloon, but I didn't put that if that is the case, so yeah. Yeah, and I decided to line with this brown, what is it, Color Pop? Or is it color? I don't know. I'm trying to read the side of the pen, but it's turned. I can't see it. But yeah, I don't love lining with the brush tips, but I really wanted this brown because the only brown I have that's not a brush tip is a Ohuhu acrylic marker, and it's a much lighter brown, and it wouldn't really contrast at all. But I do think that this brown is desaturated, and it's really pretty. I'm glad that I went with brown instead of black, because I don't think black would have been a good choice for this art piece. I think she's very pastel, very cutesy, very demure, you know.
So demure, so mindful. So cutesy. I can't believe what they did.
And she needed that brown to soften her up. Art is so fun because it's one of those things that, like, you're always growing and you're always learning what you like and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's just every single time I draw, I find something new and something fun to experiment with. And I'm like, oh, this is a lot of fun. Like, I was doing a portrait in my my art class, and I did it with acrylic markers first, and then I came back, and it was like a week later, and I was like, okay, I don't really like how this looks, so I just took some colored pencils and started like doing whatever random colors I wanted. Like, the reference photo was grayscale, so me trying to do a colorful one with these random colors, random art supplies, it was so much fun. Don't think she turned out perfect, but I definitely want to experiment more because I need to do 15 more portraits for my portfolio. So definitely going to experiment with all the different mediums and all the different, like, you know, male or female, all the different angles, hair types, everything. Okay, I'm actually really excited. Even though looking back at some of my old portraits that I thought were good, they're dank, man, they're dank, but I'm learning and I'm growing, and that's all that matters. Okay, I really tried to zoom in and give you those angles. Okay, I did buy a tripod that was supposed to go on the edge of my desk that I could like do cooler angles while filming. It didn't work out. Yeah, so here's a close-up of our little strawberry shortcake. She's so pretty, you know. Yeah, so we're on to the next ones. I didn't really feel like doing any major drawings anymore, so I decided to glue some things in. So that blue is a wristband from a football game. I didn't want to show you my school, that's why it was all out. But I got all of these business cards from an art fest in city that I went to. Yeah, so I thought it'd be cool to tape some of these down. I did make sure I could flip them over in case I needed to ever see the business cards again. I did follow everyone on Instagram that had Instagram, Pinterest, Etsy, all those things, because of course I want to support the artists. That Billie Eilish tag is actually from a Walmart shirt I got, so that is not, don't think that is a business card. But yeah, I really like all of these artists. I will try to put them all down below. You can go look at their Instagrams. They're really cool, really nice. I met them all at the fair, and everyone was super, super nice. There was this one, I can't remember which one it is. I'm going to have to look. He did this fan art of Finn and Jake, and oh my gosh, his art style was so cool. Followed him on Instagram right away, and he is so cool. I love it, okay? I love seeing all these artists, and I was so angry because I was working the event, right? Forgot my money, so I didn't have any money to spend at the art fest, which I would have bought so many prints and so much jewelry. There's so many jewelries and stickers. There were so many stickers, and I freaking love stickers. I can't believe I passed that up. Next time there is one, I am doing it. And they also have those like really cute polymer clay earrings and stuff. How could I have done that to myself? I'm so mean. I'm so annoying. Anyway, here's some close-ups of that. I know it's kind of cheating, and I said I don't want to tape stuff in and all that, but I really did want a place to put all these business cards. I think I got like 30. I don't know if I taped them all in, but yeah, I really wanted a place to put them, and now I have them, and if I ever want to locate them again, I can go do that. So that's good. That's nice. You can see old art too. A little spoiler into my next sketchbook tour, I guess, which should be happening soon. Anyway, this is all we did. We did these 2 pages, and then we did this page and this page, and that is it. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Bye!